I had just returned from the iconic and very popular Gold Coast family holiday. I took my husband Jason and 2 children, Holly, who is 13, and Quinn, who is 11. So we chose October for the comfortable weather, crossing over the school holiday period. It was also really cool because we gave it to the kids for Christmas, so it gave them a lot of time to save and plan. And look, part of the whole family holiday for us was actually a lot in the planning and the build up and the counting down, the budgeting, well, if you're like my daughter, the spreadsheet she made of the mall in Pacific Fair, or my son who YouTubed all the Gold Coast roller coaster clips. We flew with Air New Zealand from Dunedin via Wellington, so we arrived late into Brisbane Airport, and with the time difference, this is probably where it hits the most. It's dark on arrival, and we did have to go to pick up the rental car, and we then got in our great big flash ginormous truck and drove up to the Sunshine Coast. We arrived at the Mantra Zanzibar, Malulabar. We'd booked a 2-bedroom courtyard apartment which has a spa on the deck. I'll never forget waking to the sound of the waves and the bird song. Very noisy birds, and yes, it was 5 AM. We were all up before 6 AM with the time difference, and actually so was everybody else. The Zanzibar is directly above the cafes, which is directly across the road from the beach. It was a walk down the stairs to the outdoor cafe for breakfast and then off to the beach for the day. The surf club was a great place at Malulabar to eat, meet friends, have a drink. It sits up high so it overlooks the beach, and I think pretty cool place to go. The next day we drove to Australia Zoo. This was the absolute highlight of the whole trip. It's so easy driving and parking, and I must admit, again, just reiterating the driving and the great big truck that we had, while it seemed extravagant, gee, that was gold at the end of the day after walking all of the fun parks or the zoo, literally from 8:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock. It was luxury knowing that your vehicle was sitting there waiting, air conditioned, for the drive home. Australia Zoo. This was a bucket list tick for us, and admittedly, our whole holiday, this was the highlight. Australia Zoo gave us the iconic experience with the wildlife. It was petting the koalas, feeding the kangaroos, being amongst the Irwin family when they presented the crocodiles at the Crocosem. Absolutely amazing. So after catching up with family and friends, we then embarked on our journey south to the Gold Coast. Please bear in mind what time of day this is, again for the sanity of your husband who might be driving. 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon is not a good idea, and I don't recommend it. We stayed at the Mantra Sierra Grand in Broad Beach. We had a 2-bedroom apartment which was ocean view, and I totally recommend you do that because I feel like when you get up in Broad Beach or on the Gold Coast, you want to be able to open your doors, sit out on your deck, have your morning coffee while looking out over the beach and the ocean. So Sierra Grand is an ideal location being opposite the mall, which, as you might remember, my daughter had mapped out, so we did spend several hours at the mall. But equally it was opposite the beach, so we broke up our days between shopping and the beach and the fun parks. Now the fun parks. What a treat. We did the 3 fun parks: SeaWorld, Movie World, Wet n Wild. I knew it was going to be ambitious trying to do these 3 parks in the 3 days while we had 5 with the pass that we'd purchased. The key with the parks is the app, and recommend that you download the Village Theme Park Pass app. As you enter each fun park, it shows you the exact waiting times for each ride. This is vital to planning your day when it's 9 AM and you're going to be there till 5 PM. SeaWorld was actually my favourite. The dolphins show was a real out loud wow. The roller coasters. Being 13 and 11, our children were all about the roller coasters. I never imagined that this holiday was going to be about us as adults screaming and having a horrific time while the children laughed. And now that I hear my daughter telling her friends that one of her highlights was that her mum came on the Joker ride with her and how amazed she was. One thing when you're away on holiday, which we didn't realise, was that when we all had fun together, like 4 adults, laughing and enjoying and making moments just us 4, that was actually the best part of the trip, was now hearing my daughter tell her friends how I went on the Joker ride with her. They enjoy watching us scream and in pain on the roller coasters. That was their highlight. The times and the queues you get over really quickly. It can seem daunting when you arrive at 8:30 in the morning that you're queuing for an hour for the one ride that they came for. It goes really quick, and the ride itself is seconds. It sounds ludicrous, and we actually didn't think we would do that, but you do. You get caught up in the moment, it's all a part of it, and it's actually part of the big memories that we take home. So it was really with great sadness that we drove back to Coolangatta Airport. We could have easily have had another week. Overall, it was an adventurous holiday. We certainly jam-packed our time full of fun and laughs. And it's those moments that we take now as memories when we look back over the photos, and especially the photos of us on the roller coaster. I recommend you buy the photos from the fun park and pay the money, because that's the photo that will still stand up on our mantelpiece that we all laugh at every day.